Mr. Dogpoop is looking for a way to monitor the main camera both when he's acting and directing. Of course, he doesn't want to spend a lot of money on a field monitor. The bigger problem is most of the field monitors are only 6 or 7 inches, and at his age, they're very hard to see. So he wants much bigger screens. So I looked around for a rig to hold a full-size monitor, but everything seems to be made for these little 6 or 7 inch monitors that are mounted on 1/4-20 studs. And they can get very pricey, especially if you buy them in pieces. Mr. Dogpoop wants bigger and portable and cheap. Come on, Mr. Dogpoop, how am I supposed to build that? But as you know, I don't really have a choice. I can either do it or lose my job. So let's go build the biggest, cheapest, lightest field monitor we can, and then pray that Mr. Dogpoop likes it. I thought I had the problem solved for $75 when I found out there's an app that connects to the Sony A7s III using any Android device. So I bought a tablet to test it out. But as you can see, this is not going to be useful. It's laggy, low quality, and it's still not that large of a screen. Not really practical for professional video production. The app is really useful though, because it lets you change settings on the camera remotely via the tablet, which is way easier than using the camera menu. So the $75 tablet was not a complete waste of money, but I still do need to build a good remote monitor if I want to keep my job. So I guess I can't avoid building something custom. So here's what I bought to work with. A 15-inch ultra-thin monitor for $68, a couple pieces of aluminum from the scrap pile, 2 BMX bike grips for $5, a V-mount battery plate for $32, and a wireless HDMI transmitter and receiver for $65. So I spent a total of $170 on parts and pieces. Now, let's go build it. To build the rig, I started with a 1 by 1/4 and 17-inch long piece of 6061 T6 aluminum as the main support. First, I lined it up with the monitor to mark out where to drill the 2 holes to mount the monitor. Then I positioned the V-mount adapter in the center and marked the center of the 2 mounting holes using a punch. Next, I drilled all the holes and tapped the 2 holes for the V-mount battery with a 1/4-20 thread using a hand drill and a machine tap. Then I cut a small piece of aluminum to secure a 5/8 baby pin to the back for mounting to a grip head. I used the lathe to machine it flat and drilled a 5/16 hole in the center. Then using a hand tap, I cut the 3/8 16 threads. I cut 2 pieces of 1-inch tubing, also 6061 T6 aluminum, about 6 inches long for the handles, and then welded them to the crosspiece. Then I welded the small piece with the 3/8 threads to the back side. Next, I assembled all the pieces attaching the monitor, the V-mount plate, and secured the wireless receiver using Velcro. Then we tested it to make sure it worked. Lastly, I took it all apart, sanded it down, and cleaned it up with some black spray paint. And here is the finished product. So that turned into a lot of work, but as you can see, 2 monitors. The monitor on this side is the one we just built. The monitor below the camera is the app on the Android device. And then we've got the A7 III, so it's running all the monitors. We have a nice clear picture on the one we just did. It's remote and have it attached to the stand. And I can take it with me. So, extremely valuable tool for showing an actor what they look like on screen, what they look like on the camera, and for a director, especially when you can't be in the scene, I can be off camera, away from the camera, but I can see exactly what's happening on the camera. $170, not too bad. I'm liking it. You can see the back, it's functional, it's movable. Whole thing probably weighs about 3 pounds. With that pin in the back, it actually works nice as a stand if you want to set it down on a table. So that's not too bad. I'll take it over to Mr. Dog Poop and see what he thinks about it and see if I still have a job. Wow, you look amazing, Mr. Dog Poop. Thank you. Oh, who's the most incredible dog poop salesman in the world? Nah, I think it needs to be bigger. You would think by now I would know better. Did I just suck up a bag?
You sucked something up.
I sucked up a bag of screws. Fuck! I sucked up a bag of screws. That was, well, hopefully we don't need that size. We need that size.